Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying for Bonair and we're flying the PMDG B737-900ER. And the reason why we're able to fly this fancy bird, even though we should actually be flying the Pilatus 12, is because they are transitioning to this new system. Oh wait, sorry, not gonna show you that just yet, but they're transitioning from, I think it's the FS Charter version 1 to version 2, something like that. That's been going on in the background, so now we have to fly kind of the regular smart cars flight, and there it doesn't seem to be any kind of restrictions on what plane you can fly. So we upgraded temporarily, but hopefully we can then go back into flying the Pilatus and continuing the progression in that regard. But yeah, we are here at Cape Town. We are gonna be flying from Cape Town International to George Airport in the city of George. And sorry, actually I'm gonna check, did I save my viewpoint? No, I didn't. So annoying, because you have these static viewpoints, we need to save them. It used to be able to kind of automatically generate those, but not in P3D version 5, unfortunately. I like to have them. Why can't I get this? There's something weird is going on with my. There we go. With my middle mouse button, sometimes it doesn't stick. This is the view we want. I'm gonna just save it in my static update preset position with chase plane. There we go. Now we should have it. Yeah. So yeah, we're doing a short flight from Cape Town to George. It's about 200 nautical miles, a bit less. Flying this beautiful 737-900ER. I really like the livery, specifically the black thingy, or the black coloring around the front windows. And yeah, generally a very nice livery, the Bonair one. Quite simplistic, but nice. And there we have the nice South African flag. So this is the only virtual airline that I fly that's, I guess, only based in South Africa. Which is pretty cool. I've been trying to find a Japanese virtual airline, a fictional one, but there's only, it seems to be the All Nippon Airways one, which is a real airline. So yeah, no such luck. And of course I'm quite picky, I also want to find virtual airlines with a nice livery set, and then with very non-strict requirements on flying, so I can, you know, fly them once in a blue moon. I have a couple that I fly monthly, for example Air Wigo, Metro Air, Walker, and Fly UK, and I guess a couple more, Atlantic Sun also, for example, and Arrow Air Cargo. But yeah, apart from that, I try to not take on any more kind of strict requirement virtual airlines. I don't have time to fly more than a couple of flights a month. And yeah, it's a very nice airport. I think this is a light airport by FSTG. I think the one we're flying to is a freeware one from Simmer's home, which is very nice. I think all of South Africa also. I think it's the Matthias new scenery, but it's the Simmer's home hosting them now. So yeah, everything seems to look good on the aircraft. Chokes are in. I don't see anything odd. No cracks or similar. So I think we're kind of ready to get going. I'm gonna jump inside, switch the view to our regular view. And as a first step, what should we do? We should actually put on let me see, we have the FMC thingy set up. Oh, we even have a HUD on this. That's actually the first thing we should do, is check those settings. Let's put on the ground power. It's gonna lag for a bit, but then it's gonna work. I hope, at least. Yeah, there we go. Just a bit of loading. Don't know why it started doing that, but oh well, as long as it doesn't crash anything. FS actions, we can open the the front door and the aft door and the cargo doors. I hope at least. God, it's hard to press that button for the doors. That's a bit annoying. When you pay as much as you do for some of these FMCs, you want them to work. Let's see. PMDG setup aircraft. We do wanna keep it Collins, I think. And just check that we have the callouts. I'll happily take more of them. I don't mind having more. Dual battery, auxiliary fuel, none. Analog, yeah, that's cool. HGS, no need. EFB, please. Yaw damp gauge. It's not this one, so I'm not sure where this gauge is. It's located. God damn, this button is being crazy. There we go, no. Okay, now it's starting to work a bit better after pressing it enough. Let's go back to equipment. We're on the 12th page. Performance improvement, sure. Carbon, I guess it's better than steel. LED, fine. Eyebrow windows, no. 2 cabin, yeah. Air stairs, yes. Okay, so we have our own air stairs, that's cool. Cutoff switch style, new or old. We have the old ones, that's fine. Yoke on the checklist, yeah. No SATCOM, okay, that's fine. Let's see, displays. Usually I don't think there's anything here to change. So we can go to option, simulation. We are gonna use steering sensitivity of medium, if I remember that was the good one. So let's keep it on medium. And let me see if full range steering, would I put that in or not? Let's remember to check the steering once we start taxiing. But I do have a memory that I set that up a bit differently. I'm gonna check the. Luckily, PMDG have some nice manuals. I think. Let me see. Nose, wheel. Check which one it was. This one maybe. No. Wait, which one do I have now? I have the FCOM tutorial 1 and 2, FCOM 1, FCOM 2. Steering sensitivity. Here, let me see. So it should be to yes. So we want to give additional steering range. Sensitivity, I think, is yeah, it's medium. Adding lag to inputs. Yeah, wait, let's add that. Okay, good. Now we have that set up. Sorry for having to tweak a bit. Another thing I'm actually a bit worried about is the... this is actually fixed, so we don't have to fix the viewpoints on the outside. Okay, one of them was a bit shitty. This one, or no, that's actually just delivery. Thought it was breaking through. P3 is bad in that way, sense that the views can kind of break through the fuselage from time to time. Okay, we'll start here with aligning. Get that to nav. As a next step, we will and I'm actually wondering, is there anything else we need to change? I don't think so. What we need to set up next is the fuel and payload. So we'll do that according to our flight plan. We're supposed to have 14.1 in fuel. So let's do that first. Payload should be at 143.7 for the 0 fuel. So that's good, we have that set up. Let's check the ACAR system. Yeah, it's online. You can see the shortness of the flight here. So we're flying in Western Cape, I guess. Then we have Eastern there, Zulu Natal, Northern Cape, Northwest, Mpumalanga, Limpopo, Gauteng, and Free State. Okay, interesting. Learned something new. I'm not sure if those borders make any difference, maybe administratively, right, or bureaucracy. Maybe they function as states in a way. Okay, what else? What else do we need to do? We need to start the boarding process. That's gonna be our next step. So let's get that set up. Fact to FAGG. Oh, not tag. FAGG. 403 with a cruising altitude of 21,000. Not that high. So we won't put that many, that long kind of flight hours. 737-900. We'll do 80 is probably good enough. Let's say that we have Wi-Fi, even though, or I guess we don't have if we don't have Satcom. Boarding music. Did we have that with Bonair? Possibly. Possibly not. Doesn't seem like we did. Haven't really had to use it anyway. Safety. Anything for Bonair would be at a B. Can't find anything. Bonair safety. No, I can't find anything. Even tried googling it to see. So we'll just use the generic one. No custom cards or similar required. We'll go to the position in it. Use the GPS left to set the IRS position. As a next step, we will make sure that we have the right flight plan. SID seems reasonable. No star. And we can do an, let me see, an RNAV from I guess we could do one from Tilas. That would make sense. Okay, activate approach. Cruising level is correct. Interesting, it still wants us to go kind of straight. I'm wondering if it's easier just to do an ILS, and that one has GRV, but we want to do vectors, I think. Let's hope that that's gonna work this time. It's always a bit risky, specifically if we have mountains here. Do they take that into consideration? They do seem to do that somewhat. A bit interesting though how it removed basically a lot of the steps in the flight plan. We want to have Axemu, etc. Oh, and here we have ILS. Okay, actually let's do this. Let's import the flight plan once again. And let's try to delete the waypoints Actually, let's remove the activate approach. Now we can import the flight plan. And let's see if we activate it, what happens. Okay, so the problem is probably shouldn't load one. That's probably the issue. So we are gonna import a flight plan, and then we'll see what approach we get. That makes more sense, probably more realistic as well. We'll validate and file, and we'll move this down and connect it. Let's see there. Whilst we do that, we can do our route, fact, FAGG
Departing runway 19er.
4003.
International Airport information, Victor. 1200 local winds are calm. Skies clear. Current temperature and altimeter not
We're
available.
taking
Arriving
off from runway
Departing
19. The funny part was I was gonna do a flight with Canadian Express, trying the virtual call 8220, but that flight was such a horrendous thing to just... I was able to finish it, but yeah, that was not YouTube worthy, unfortunately. Okay, let's do the departure. Let's ask for the IFR clearance so we get the right. Bonair 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance. What do we have there? Bonair. Pretty close. Okay. We got a different SID. That's fine. Okay, we're flying Octeb. UQ112. Sorry, I'm gonna show you as well. We're flying to Zugol.
Bonair 4003 red back correct altimeter
Zugol.
303 contact Cape Town round on 121.9er when ready for push back to bridge.
56. Sorry, that double tap. UQ56 to Axe move. And then direct to GRV. And it must be this one, the southern one. We can double check here. Yeah. And then I direct to FAGG, but we don't have any more inputs, so we're not gonna put in anything else. We'll activate and we'll execute. We'll go to init reference, put this data in, which is 1 for... God damn it, when it kind of takes one push as 2. I'm making really bad marketing for getting a hardware FMC, unfortunately. Let's just do 2 for the reserves. Cost index 50. Yeah, we're gonna fly a bit higher than the suggested one. 305 at 55. And I think the next one is the N1 limit. Let's check what the altimeter is. 1017. Let's change that, because since I did try to fly for Canadian Express, I had the units measured to the US one. We're gonna change to the European one, or the, I guess, rest of the world one. One thing I didn't think of is actually getting the charts for this airport. They should be available somewhere. Let's see. We do have the ILS. I think South Africa has probably some Let me see. George, airport, South Africa, charts, PDF. Not really finding anything that useful. While we wait, we'll use the EFB to get the rest set up. Dry. I think we can listen to the 80s for this. Let's listen to hear what we can. Did we? No, we're okay. The 80s. I don't remember what that one was, so we'll just use active sky. I'll move it to the side. 190 at 12. QNH 1017. Oh, sorry, that's not QNH. That's outside air temperature, which is 15 degrees. 1017. Yeah, sure, we can go with that. 1574. CG, I think we get from FS actions, payload 26.9, and we can calculate based on this. Okay, let's see, did we find any charts yet? No charts, but we did find. Okay, let me see. So we'll save this. I found a reasonably good, or not a chart, but I found the approach plate for the ILS to 29, so we'll save that. I'm gonna put it into the PMDG folder. Hopefully it will work, but we'll know soon enough. Okay, we have it in. What's it called? It's called something with S094. Let's also do our flight, or put in this information into our FMC. We'll go to init, and one limit 49 is the selected temp. Takeoff rating TO1. We can do climb TO1 as well. Takeoff flaps 5. 26.9 for the CG. We'll put in the wind 19er. 19er dot. Oh, sorry, not dot. So 19er. Then the slash, where it's called /12. Now I can't press that goddamn button. And then runway slope 0. 145. 150. 156. Did I forget to start the boarding with GSX? I probably did. So let's do a very short boarding with very low number of packs. But okay, so at least this is now ready and we can also execute. There we go. And now let's check the charts, see if we were able to. No, I don't want to, sorry. Me pressing the wrong buttons. Search.
We're ready to go when you are.
Let's see if we can find it. If we can't, so be it. We have a Fly UK 747, that's pretty cool. And then we have a Turkish 787 Fly Sapphire. Don't know what the other livery behind that is. Lufthansa A340-300. That's dope. That looks like a static aircraft. Hey, there's a 737-300 as well. And the A320-200. Yeah, some variety here. Even though it's not the biggest airport, you would think this would be bigger, but Cape Town isn't that big of a city if we compare it to Johannesburg. It sucks though that the Johannesburg airport is much worse looking than the Cape Town one. Not even sure which, let me see, Johannesburg P3D, I think I got the, not the NMG simulation, I think it was the Gaffer one. Not a bad one, not gonna say that, but it could definitely have been better. I think the pictures kind of oversold it. Okay, let's see. What we can do and what we didn't do already is, oh no, we had it on steadies, that's good. We can though put the fuel ones on and start the APU pump. We can check that this works. Should decrease in brightness, which it did. Emergency lights. We can check the fire warning, the different lights, the cargo fire. Yeah, most things are looking pretty good. Check the throttle warning. Yeah, they seem to work pretty nicely. And what else? Double check smart cars. I'm gonna move it down so it doesn't block the view from time to time. In terms of climb, we got 6,000 feet altitude, so we'll put that in. And then squawk 6063. 6063. And I'm gonna put this on because it's so easy to forget it otherwise. And let's keep these on leg page. I have to put the second one since I don't have two FMCs. Okay, everything's looking good apart from GSX with the weird coloring thing. I think you can fix that, but the problem is if it ever has to update, the fix won't work. Okay, it's boarding 80 packs, so it's gonna be one more bus after this, so that's gonna take a bit longer than I would want, but that's fine. You can keep that one, or I guess you wanna see maybe the engine when we're starting. APU gens. These are all looking correct. The window heat. Okay, we don't need ground power anymore, so we'll disconnect that. Ground services. Parking brake set. Releasing ground power. And removing wheel chocks. So this ground power box should soon be long gone. There we go. Okay, back to the FMC. Flight directors can go on. Altimeter 3003 was their latest. That's interesting. Is that the same as... Yeah, it's the same. Okay, that's good. Bonair 4003, ready for pushback and engine start.
Bonair 4003 pushback and engine start approved.
Or maybe we'll get all the packs with this bus.
Bonair 4003.
We're already up in like the 60s. So let's see how many more are coming in. 66, 67, 68, 69. Were these the last ones? 72, 73. Yeah, they're a bit slow. 75. Okay, come on. Hopefully we don't have to wait for one more bus. 78, 79, 80. Perfect. So the boarding is complete. This means we can get all the doors closed. The bus will be leaving us. Cargo doors, we can close those as well. Okay, we are basically ready to go. Did we check if it loaded?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 4003. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed.
Doesn't seem like we... Oh yeah, we got it. Perfect. Look at that. The landing altitude is 50.
Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Or let me see, elevation 68, sorry, 650, not 50. Okay, let's put that. We will do the pushback with the GSX. Let's see if we have any nice views for the pushback. Anything in the front? We can maybe move this view for now. What does that one say? Lift? Lit that aircraft? No crew. Is that supposed to be a lift maybe? Oh well. Not the end of the world. The mystery will remain. And we are ready for you to push us back. Okay. Do we need to tweak these or are they all connected? They are connected, that's good. We're gonna go right, because we're taking off from runway 19. We won't see the nice... I think it's down... let me see actually. So on the map I have some very nice scenery covering specifically the harbor area, but since we're taking off this way we won't see it. It's basically covering all of this. So that's a bit of a bummer. Let's go back to leg page. Anything specific with our approach? ILS 1110 110.1 106. That makes sense. We'll do nose right. I will release parking brakes. I didn't actually check the weather that closely. Doesn't seem to be any warnings for CBs or anything, so that's fine. So it should be okay. We got engine start clearance, and you start it up here. We need to put on the anti-collision. And we'll start the left engine first. Interesting how we're on flaps 1 already. We're supposed to be on flaps 0. Flaps set to 0, good. The N1 values are rising. The pushback is going relatively smooth. Now I want to fly the A340 300 again. Canadian Express actually has that livery for the black box one. I would fly the X-Works one, but it's not updated with the latest, so with the laminar upgrades to the A330. TFC on that one, weather radar. Yeah, let's do terrain on the other one. Okay, good start with that engine, starting engine 2.
All doors are equipped with evacuation slide rail.
Oh, look at that hangar. Looks tiny to have an aircraft, but maybe it makes sense. Setting parking brakes. We'll confirm a good engine start.
An oxygen mask will appear in the compartment above your seat.
Yeah, we need to
Reach up
give
and
it
pull the mask
fuel,
towards you to start the
otherwise
roll
this won't
oxygen.
work.
Place the mask over your nose and mouth and
Should start the right engine. Yeah, looking good. Hey, it's a beauty, the 737-800. Really, I do prefer it over the Max. The Max is cool, but there's just something about the, or not the 800, but the 737-900, 800, the same family, the NGs, the new generation. I think it's the same, like kind of preferring the CO over the Neos. There's just something with, you know, having grown up flying on those planes. The nostalgia, I guess. But I guess you could also make the argument that aesthetically they might look more pleasing. Because the next kind of generation is just, you know, keeping the safe fuselage and pushing some really big engines on them. Or at least it feels that way. I guess there's some bigger changes to the Max than the Airbus A320neo. Okay, those are ready. Or the engines are. The trim, totally blanked out on that. 4.8. 4.8. So a little bit more trim. Hey, we can actually see it now here. That's good. We'll get optimal performance. Projected takeoff. Flaps 5, right? Let's just double check it. You know, though I'm a bit worried about always using the EFB, but yeah, flaps 5. We'll do runway turn-off and taxi lights. We'll do the engine generators. The seatbelt sign should have been fastened. The packs. No need for the APU bleeds. You can shut the APU. The yaw dampener should go on. Nav. VNav. Yeah, we are basically ready. I'm gonna release the parking brakes. See if we can get moving on idle thrust. We cannot, so we're gonna add a bit of thrust. One important, or actually before we go, Bonair 4003, ready to taxi.
Bonair 4003 taxi to runway 19er via Colima Delta hold short.
And we can check here.
Taxi to runway 19er via Echo, Lima, Delta, Golf, hold short runways 19er.
Okay, I guess we're doing that. I would want to just go straight here just to save ourselves some time, but my fear is that we'll run into other issues then with the pilot to ADC. So let's see how this one works with the nose wheel steering. It actually feels a lot better. Maybe a bit fast actually. Let's see. Okay, now.
We're prepared for takeoff.
Okay, yeah, now it's looking a bit better. Okay, let's see if we get the cross runway. Bonair 4003, ready to cross runway. Not runway 8.
Ground Bonair 4003 waiting to cross runway 19er.
They don't seem to see that as a runway, so I guess we will just go. But yeah, a bit weird. It's not always working. You can see these black spots here where it's like, okay, they know there's runway. Oh, but they're saying hold short at this runway, but I guess they just kind of ignored their own. The funny part is they want us to turn here with the yellow line and then turn back, but we're just gonna go straight. Makes no sense that you would drive it any other way. Okay. Weather radar, anything specific we need to do? I think it is on. It does look to be on, automatic. So that's good. Shutting these again. Or not having the strobe and the landing lights, we don't need those. Auto throttle, we can arm that. Anything else we need to consider as we are taxiing down? I do not think so.
Bonair 4003 cross runway 34.
Cleared to cross,
Cross
runway
runway
34,
34.
Bonair 4003.
At least we got the clearance here. So we'll cross. Gonna slow down a bit more. Anything we have forgotten, we put in the parking brakes. We have, I don't think you need to arm the speed brakes on takeoff. Flaps are set. We know our takeoff thrust values. And yeah, I think we should be good. And we are about halfway there in terms of taxiing. So anything else we need? Don't think so. We're still maintaining center line, that's good. Okay, radar vectors, the FAP point, final approach fix, I guess. It's at 2500, 5500 from the radar vector. It doesn't seem to be a offset, so that's good. 116 was the 106, or is it 110? Let me see, 116. Is that actually a mistake, or is that on purpose? Interesting. I'll put 116 here. Well, very interesting. And let's actually check the weather from Active Sky. It's gonna give us a pretty good picture. Scattered 1300, and we have minimums at let me see, straight approach. I mean, should be fine. Which one are we just gonna use? We are doing category 1, maybe 3.5, I don't know. So 1530. Okay, let's put that in so we don't forget. Come on. It's a bit slow, this one. But it's gonna be quicker. 1530. Okay, let's put on all these lights. We'll close this one. Strobe lights. Oh, sorry, we still have some ways to go. God, I thought we were already at the runway. Yeah, still some more taxiing to do, about 1/3 left. So slow. Okay, but we'll turn here. Yeah, as you can see, there's some nice mountains. I think that's where, behind that is where I have all the nice scenery hidden away. But yeah, look at those look very nice. A bit too far away to really get the nice crispiness. And what's this? Fly cargo. Yeah, that looks like it's taking a beating. It's always a bit sad when you have like this kind of aircraft parked. Same with Arlanda, even though that one is a hotel and it looks like awful on the outside, like it hasn't been washed in years.
Bonair 4003 contact
Okay,
takedown
turning.
tower on 118.1.
Tower on 118.1 Bonair 4003.
Feels like we can take some of these turns like crazy good. Maybe it's realistic, I'm not sure. I felt like with the 737-800 was more, felt better the taxiing. I'm not sure about the 900 though, but oh well. Bonair 4003 ready for takeoff.
Bonair 4003 winds.
Okay, and we are ready otherwise.
For takeoff, squawk 6063.
Well, I guess on or auto doesn't make too much of a difference. Okay, let's turn here. Actually, maybe I'm gonna check one thing. It might be, and I'm gonna do this just with my normal one. Maybe it's the lag thingy. Yeah, it feels better now without the lag. Yeah, this feels better. Let's keep it without. Let's go back to the leg page. Okay, being clear for takeoff. Since that took quite some time, the taxiing, almost 10 minutes on its own, we are gonna just get going as fast as possible. We're gonna change this view to something nicer. Here we have a nice engine view. Oh, we have a few. Yeah, maybe we can do the engine view. And that one. Okay, let's get on center line. And then we start going. Okay, and one, toga. Let's do it. Okay, we have them armed. 80 knots, check. 100 knots. 120. Now let's try to avoid tail strike. Rotate. Oh, that must have been very close in terms of tail strikes. What's the rate of climb? Okay, LNAV has kicked in. Still looking pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty nice view. Let's keep that. Pitch down a bit. We can go to flap 0. Yeah. We'll trim a bit.
Bonair 4003 contact Cape Town radar director on 1 to 4.35.
Radar Radar director on 124.35 Bonair 4003.
We can turn that off. We can turn these lights off.
Radar director Bonair 4003 climbing to 6,000 feet.
Saying bye bye to Cape Town. That's very nice.
QNH is 1017
We can go to
Bonair
standard.
4003.
Let's trim a bit. Not as easy as to hand fly as the Airbuses. Just because you can kind of, you know, no trim. Just makes it easier. What, did I miss that? That makes no sense. Okay, we're gonna do the next one, I think.
Bonair 4003 climb and maintain flight level 110.
Yeah, we'll do the
Climb and maintain flight
CCT
level
18.
110 Bonair 4003.
Bonair 4003 contact Cape Town control east on 124.7.
Control on 124.7 Bonair 4003.
We were supposed to climb higher, 110.
Control Bonair 4003 climbing to flight level 110.
Bonair 4003, good afternoon.
Can I get rid of that one? I guess we can manually fly it. I don't know why it sometimes doesn't capture the first waypoint. Let me see, how does it want us to fly? Well, maybe we can just do this actually.
Bonair
Oh.
4003, climb and maintain flight level 110.
Climb and
Oh,
maintain
we
flight
don't wanna
level
descend.
110 Bonair 4003.
What I wanna do is this. Now it should work a bit better. I'll put on LNAV and VNAV. And we'll actually put on the autopilot. Climb, maintain flight level 110.
Bonair 4003, you are off course. Turn right to heading to 10 to return to course.
Heading 210 Bonair 4003.
No, now you're kidding me. So, they told me another SID, right? Octa 1B. But now they want us to fly the Octa 1 C1. Or are they just... Let me see, where do they want us to turn? 210. Yeah, they want us to turn right. I don't get sometimes why it is. It's a bit weird. It assigns you another SID, but then it wants you to fly the original one. A bit odd. Okay, but this is looking good. We're gonna pass 10,000 feet. I'll turn... Sorry, not those off.
Bonair
We'll
4003,
change to
climb
the...
and maintain flight level 170.
Climb and maintain flight level 170 Bonair 4003.
And let's see if this is a better view than the one we had on the ground. Or maybe just take a new picture for a thumbnail. And this actually looks pretty dope. Let's do that. How high do they want us to climb now? 170. I'm gonna put it up to 21, because that's our our cruising altitude. We have some nasty weather, it looks, in front of us. Must be this little line here. Question is, will we be able to outclimb it? Let's see.
Bonair
Should hopefully be
4003,
fine.
climb and maintain flight level 170.
Climb and maintain flight level 170
And let's
Bonair
check our
4003.
recording. It's okay. Looking very nice down here. So what I'll do is I think it can basically fly itself now. We have autopilot on, VNav, LNav, everything is set, nothing looking weird. So I'm gonna put this view, and then I'm gonna go and take something to drink, and I'll be back in time for the approach. It's not gonna be a long flight. The estimated time en route is 24 minutes, so I'll be back shortly.
Bonair 4003 climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 Bonair 4003. Resume navigation Bonair 4003.
Bonair 4003 expect tails approach to runway 9er with the GRB transition at George Airport. Maintain flight level 210.
Expect the ILS approach to runway 29er with the GRB transition. Maintain flight level 210 Bonair 4003.
Okay, we are back in business. We are flying through this nasty weather. And I'm too afraid to ask for weather deviation. I don't even think you can do that. It's a good question though. Can you not? Maybe the original Pilot ADC 2 you could do that. But yeah, we won't do that. We won't risk it. Even though, yeah, it doesn't look like the best weather. But I mean, it's too little red. We'll fly quickly through it. We'll barely notice it. We'll probably be descending soon enough anyway. Yeah, 40 nautical miles. We're almost halfway through the flight. And let me see, 737-900ER. What's the story about that one? So variants, the 900ER was the final and largest variant of the Boeing 737 NG line. It was introduced to fill the range of passenger capacity gap in Boeing's product offerings after the 757-200 was discontinued. It was launched in July 2005 and first flew in September 2006. The first plane was delivered to its launch customer, the Indonesian low-cost airline Lion Air, on April 27, 2007. So that's less than 20 years ago. And a total of 505 900ERs were delivered. And I'm gonna assume the last one, let me see, the last one was delivered in 2019. So what was the last plane delivered in terms of commercial? Yeah, it was the 800 and probably this 900ER. So that's pretty cool. So you can have some really modern NGs. And the most that were built was in 2015 when 73 of these were built. And then they were replaced by the Max. Let me check specifications. The Max started being delivered in 2017. 2011 was when the orders started trickling in. So actually only a 2-year period where they kind of overlapped with the Max and the old NGs. I think we should be fine. Seems like this wasn't the bad weather, but it's rather this lower weather system that's a bit nasty. I'm not sure if we can increase the gain. I'm not gonna do that now. Yeah, it's a very interesting weather looking system. It does look fine. It looks like we'll avoid any kind of red areas, but let's see. Has the A320neo family had any bad accidents? No hull accidents. Mainly on the ground, so some have been lost. Okay, but very good track record for the Neo actually. That's nice to see. And we forgot again to do the clock thingy, but okay. Sometimes you miss some, sometimes you remember to do some of the things, but not too big of a deal. Actually, one thing I just realized is I did put the wrong... There we go, it was 111010, yeah, for that one. So let's have that set. And I'll have the course set on both of our... In case I decide to do auto pilot assisted landing, I am probably not gonna do it. The problem is with that is I only like to do it when it's really bad weather. Then I feel like, okay, let's do it. Okay, we've only got an expect ILS approach runway 29 right with the GRV actually we actually now have the info. So GRV transition, we can put the arrival, so ILS 29 GRV transition execute. What this means is not too much of a difference. I guess we'll be flying. Let me go to the plan mode. We'll zoom in a bit. We'll do the step. We'll zoom in a bit more. Yeah, here we can see. So we're flying and then doing a bit of a turn.
Bonair 4003 descent to gross GRV or above 3,600 feet QNH is 1017.
3,600 feet.
Will cross
Okay.
GRV at or above 3,600 feet QNH is 1017 Bonair 4003.
Do we want to start descending yet? I think so. 3,600 feet. QNH is 1017. So let's put down that. We'll activate. Sorry, we'll put the V now. I guess technically we can let it go all the way to Axemu. Since we have the top of descent calculated, it should be fine. So we won't start a too early descent. Look at that wing flex. Looking really nice. It's a very beautiful plane. PMDG did a great job with this one. That's why it's such a shame that they pulled it from the stores. I think people should still be able to buy it for P3D. I mean, look at this beauty. Such a sweet bird. Yeah, just nice all around. No critique from me, in other words. Okay, let's see. 8 minutes estimated time en route. We haven't done anything with the seatbelt signs, which I guess makes sense.
69 nautical miles west of the airport. QNH is 1017 cleared direct GRV, then cleared for wheels approach.
Okay, now we got the clearance.
GRV transition at George Airport. Contact
Do we have a transition altitude? 8,000 feet.
QNH is 1017 cleared direct GRV, then cleared for the ILS approach to runway 29er with the GRV transition at George Airport. Approach on 128.2 Bonair 4003.
Yeah, this should all be fine.
Approach
I
Bonair
hope.
4003 inbound for ILS approach runway 29er with the GRV transition.
We're being boosted quite a bit by the wind as well, coming kind of from behind. That's nice. Oh, we're slowing down a bit now, I guess getting prepared for the descent. It's gonna be quite a steep descent, so let's see how it's gonna go. Interesting fact though is that we don't seem to have the weather radar issue anymore. We are kind of flying above it, so that's nice. Or we flew above it. So it should all be fine. Pilot must actively monitor terrain south of the what's this, the route 106-305. I guess it's, oh sorry, this is the area, right? That's the 106 and 305 due to mountainous terrain. Circling land maneuvers must be conducted south of runway 1129, so that's why we're doing this circling. Hold partially conducted outside control airspace. Interesting. As you can see, it's quite high terrain here. But okay, I think it's all looking good. We are descending now, so we are slowly getting down. I don't think we need the FPV. Did we have the data? We can put that. We should have that. We have the approach. Pretty good. Let's keep it on map though. We should actually just have it like that if I'm not mistaken. We don't need this one. That's the one, right? The control one. So you can see the angle, right? Bit weird though, we're not really seeing too much. So let's skip that for now. We are passing 18,000 feet. Slowly getting down. Let's just have a look at our overhead panel. Check if we're missing anything. Don't think so. All of these are looking good. Service interphone. Guess these work. So interesting to see. We even have the stall warning, Mach airspeed over tests, leading edge devices, flaps. You can even open that one. It's a very well done aircraft, this one. I guess the only thing you can't do are the circuit breakers, but not the end of the world. Pax auto, on, auto. We didn't put the right flight altitude though. That I totally blanked out on. But you know, shit happens, I guess. In terms of, I don't think there's anything else as of now to think of. Let's see how far away we are. It's looking okay in terms of our descent. Let's look once we get a bit closer. Approach VREF not selected, and that's something to consider. Let's put it in. It should be reasonable. But yeah, so far so good. Anything else? Nothing I can think of in particular. It's all looking good. We are almost at 10,000 feet. Look at the, you know, how the kind of wings curve up, because you know, seeing this kind of straight, you can still see the tip here. Same from the other side. So they do curve up, and they're really long, these split scimitars, or really tall at least. Okay, looking good with our Bonair 737. Still not at 10,000, but coming up. It's a very low cloud layer. Interestingly enough, I can't see any mountains. So the question is, at what height are the clouds compared to? Because it's still quite mountainous terrain to our left. So it could be that they are covering kind of everything, but we'll know more once we get closer. Getting some stuttering there. Okay, we're almost at 10,000. Let's put on the land, or put off, or not put off, but put on the landing lights. And they're built into the fuselage. So that's good. We're seeing some terrain, or not terrain, but weather. And we're gonna switch this one to terrain. And we'll switch the right one to weather. Because I think we'll do more with the terrain. And the co-pilot can look at the weather. So we're almost at 10,000. We are slowing down quite a bit now. Trying to get below 250. Fuel is looking good. We'll do auto brake 2. We'll arm the speed brakes for landing. And everything is looking pretty good. So far, so good. still haven't been able to slow down quick enough, but we are getting there slow and steady. Are we a bit too high? Let me check the progress. Not much though. But we are getting a bit high. Okay, now we're descending again. Question is, will it be enough? Hopefully. And are we picking up? Drag required. Let's actually add a bit of drag. You can see here the speed brakes being deployed. So let's see, we're now getting more on the kind of descent path that we want to be on. Let's see if we can see it now with this control. No, still nothing. Let me check just so I understand. So it's GRV and then PI 101, 111, 112. Yeah, okay, so it makes sense. We're going that way and then we circle to land. I'll put it on the lowest setting. Let's see progress again. We are now capturing the path, the descent path, 12 high. Nothing is high anymore. We can stop with that and I'll arm the speed brake. Okay, so far so good. But yeah, we can't see any mountainous terrain. You can see here it's green, so we are definitely picking up higher terrain. We're basically not that high above the terrain that nothing's being picked up. Here we can see more, but yeah, we can't see anything, so it can't be that high, but it must be like a plateau of some sort. Kind of looks like that as well, right? If we're looking here, and here it gets kind of higher, right? Very interesting how it's kind of formed here. Must be earthquakes around here, I would presume at least. Okay. We have been cleared to land. We're still on the approach tower, but I guess once we get the handover to the tower, we'll get this, or be able to call established on final. We should also go to the 1017 barometric setting, because we're below 8,000. We'll also put on the runway and taxi lights to get us as much, or get ourselves as lit up as possible. We need to go down to 2,500, so I'm gonna lower the altitude here on the glare shield panel, and let's see. We should be able to descend enough, but we are slowing down. The question I have is, are we still a bit too high? Now it's looking okay. What speed do they want us at? 210? So we're slowing down for that. Do we need to add some 15 low? Okay, now we're descending a bit more. Still not seeing anything in terms of dangerous terrain. Question will be, once we go in for the landing, how is it gonna look? Hopefully fine, but we'll know soon enough. And we'll activate it here around C129. I think we can activate the approach one. I'm gonna check quickly the 80s, see if there's any change. It seems to have improved a bit in terms of the lower end. Or is this the highest broken overcast at 1,800 precipitation, light rain. Okay, it will be interesting to see how this is gonna go. And we're now kind of in the cloud layer. Just following the magenta line. We're a bit high, but not too bad. Continuing to descend. No visual references to go by, at least not yet. Not sure about the runway length now that I think of it, so I think it's a bit of a shorter one, so I'm gonna force it up to 3 since it's raining. Drag required after PO 12, okay, that's good to know. Is it because we're slowing down as well? Yeah, to 177. Taking that into consideration, let's see. But no drag as of yet. Okay, we're now soon at 3,600. The original descent clearance altitude. Here we can start seeing the mountainous terrain. Still at 210, but we should soon be slowing down. The question is, how do we slow down the fastest? I'm gonna guess it's dropping our landing gear and adding flaps. Okay, getting the little beep. Still looking good. It's flying it really nicely. The PMDG 737. Okay, we're 3,000 now, so seems like we are kind of nicely capturing the altitude at least. But we'll need to slow down as well. Are we turning a bit too much, or is that me being unnecessarily worried? Yeah, look at that.
Bonair 4003 QNH is 1017 George Airport, contact George Tower on 118.9.
QNH is
I'm gonna drop the gear, go flap 1. I'm gonna arm the approach mode.
Tower Bonair 4003 inbound for ILS approach
Okay,
runway
adding
29.
those flaps.
Bonair 4003, good afternoon. Continue ILS to runway 29 call when established on final.
Continue ILS runway 29er will call when established on final Bonair 4003.
Okay, let's see. We're at altitude hold. Now we have the glide slope as well. That's good news. I think we can do this manually. Let's see. I'm gonna take control of the... well, not the autopilot. I wanna get the throttles under my control, or my authority. Is the speed brake armed? It is. Continue adding flaps. You can see the runway there, so that's good. Going to flap full. Let's be ready to take manual control. I'm gonna start adding a bit of thrust back. We are supposed to be at the 142. Okay, not too much, we don't want to overdo it. Okay, manual control, my airplane. Trim it a bit, add a bit more thrust, so we don't fall behind. Okay, we're approaching minimums, but we have the airport in sight. Continue. Okay, still looking good. Maybe we can add a bit more thrust.
Bonair 4003 winds are calm. Cleared to land runway 29er.
Clear to land runway 29er Bonair 4003.
Okay, clear to land. We're a bit slow. Gears are down, flaps are set. Let's be ready with the thrust reversers. Not sure which direction the wind is coming from, but doesn't feel like we have a lot. Maybe a bit of right rudder. 300, still a bit low. 200. 100. 10. Okay, retarding the thrust levers.
Bonair 400.
Adding thrust reversers.
Report clear of active.
Let's see. No rain, so that's good. We are slowing down, albeit slowly. Yeah, those thrust reversers had to work hard there. Same with the auto brakes.
Their destination. The local time is 2 p.m.
Okay, let's turn here.
Celsius.
Damn, that was a good landing and a good approach. Not often we get those
Remember to use caution when
in combination. We forgot once again to say established on final, though. That seems to be the normal thing to forget. Bonair 4003, ready to taxi.
Bonair 4003, contact Alpha Oscar ground on 122.65.
Let's turn
full
these
taxi
slides
clear.
off.
Ground on 122.65 for taxi. Bonair 4003.
But yeah, fun flight actually. Very nice approach. Bonair 4003, ready to taxi.
Bonair 4003, sorry. No gate available
Yeah,
at this
okay.
underscore airport.
I don't believe you guys, but I'll play along. We'll just take off again. No, we're just gonna taxi to the gate that is available and call it quits. The APU is soon ready. Let's see. Turning a bit right here. Is it? Come on, APU. Yeah, the APU generators are available. We'll put those on. Shut the engine bleeds, go over to the APU bleeds because we don't want a dual bleed. And we're now just gonna taxi down this runway. No rain though, that would have been cool on the approach. But also have made the landing a bit more difficult in terms of visually seeing stuff. Nice helicopter parking there. Still have a bit of taxiing left to do. We are gonna be crossing, I think, minor... No, must have been an old runway at some point. Yeah. This probably was like a general aviation runway. Gonna assume an accident or something made it get demolished. Or maybe there was a plan at some point to have a bigger runway, but then, yeah, maybe a bit too risky with the high terrain. We'll turn here and park here at the first best gate in sight. Runway gate A5. And I think for the replay we're gonna put on the lights. Don't think we might need the... Let's see, actually we'll brake here and stop the engines and just file our PIREP, and then we'll do we'll put down the flaps as well. I'll close pilot to ADC first. Shut engine 2 and 1. The PIREP was filed and it's pending. So that's nice. I'll close. I'm just gonna quickly check Bonair, their pilot center, just to make sure. Let me see, pilots. I wanna Let's see, a live map. I did file it though, didn't I? This it's always hard when you're trying to find out if you filed when you've done your first one. Current location. So we did the PyRep today. Pilot logbook. Approval pending. Okay. Let's wait and see. I don't know why it's stating that I flew a A380. That makes no sense. I'm actually gonna try one thing. Let me see, schedule search. If I wanna fly the 737-900E. Oh, I didn't check our landing rate actually. Let's do that. 200, very nice. It's okay, say I book a flight to back. Hey, that's weird though. Yeah, I don't know why it says A380, but okay. Let's leave as is. We are gonna do the flaps. Put them down fully. Can we do that without the engines? We can. Yeah, pretty nice. A landing, good enough. At least. Nah, objectively this was pretty good. Not always it things aligns as well as they did today, so one should be happy. Yeah, the flaps are taking a bit too long. We are just gonna go into the replay. Get that landing. Okay, let's see. Yeah, very kind of stable. I did kick in a bit of right rudder, I think, just at the end. Let's see if we can see it. I'll just check here from the back. Yeah. No, what? Was it the left rudder? Okay, it did seem better from the cockpit than it's it looked from the behind view. So maybe not the most smooth landing, but it was still pretty good, I would say. Even if we might have used the wrong rudder or kicked the wrong rudder pedal. Let's watch it from a different view angle, I think. What was it? 460. Let's do it from this one. Really like the, the trees looking differently here. You can see the big mountains there in distance. Maybe this would be a good view angle. So we do land pretty nicely. Kicking up. I think I do the wrong rudder actually. Oh, god damn it. Doesn't look too bad though from this angle. But oh well. Good enough, I would say. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And otherwise, I thank you for watching. And have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.